Hello guys, good evening. Welcome to the session today. Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible? Are you guys able to hear me clearly? Perfect. Thanks for confirming. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen as well. Thank you guys for confirming. So this is our very first demo session for data engineering with the Google Cloud Platform and Azure Cloud Platform. So this is going to be the multi-cloud data engineering course. Okay, so in this particular entire course, we are going to learn about the data engineering on Google Cloud Platform as well as Azure Cloud Platform, so that you can go for multiple, you can open the opportunities for both GCP data engineer as well as Azure data engineer. All right, so this is going to be the very good course which gives you the knowledge for both the GCP data engineering skills as well as Azure data engineering skills. So without any further ado, we will start with the what is the agenda for today's session, what we are going to cover. Let me gonna tell you. In this session, I would like to talk about what is data engineering. Right, so some of you already know about what is data engineering, and some of you do not know about data engineering. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you what is data engineering on a high level, what is the role of a data engineer, I will tell you. Then I will talk about what is this Google Cloud Platform, what is this Azure Cloud Platform, and how it is different from the AWS, Azure, and GCP. We will try to see the a difference between the Azure Google Cloud Platform and AWS Cloud Platforms. Okay, after that, we will also talk about the detailed course curriculum, what we are going to cover in the entire sessions. For the next 3.5 month, we are going to cover the entire sessions. What is the detailed course curriculum? What are the topics that we are going to cover as a part of this session? I'm going to tell you. Finally, the course details, the timings, notes, and recordings. I'm going to share it with you guys. Right. So this is the agenda for today's session. Please focus on the session, guys. I'm going to talk about all the basics today so that you will get a very good confidence on what is data engineering and whether you can go for this as a opportunity or not, because there are plenty of opportunities for the data engineering. Okay, so there is a plenty of opportunities for the data engineering in terms of GCP as well as Azure. So plenty of opportunities with a very decent hike. Okay, so what you have to do is that put effort, learn it, and then go for the opportunity. Okay, so that's what. Now we are going to start with our very first topic, that is what is data engineering. Tell me guys, what is data engineering? Anyone? What do you guys know about data engineering? At least 1 point each. Okay, anyone? Okay, building, making a raw data into structured data. Okay, and cleaning the data. Okay, perfect. Any other answers? Cleaning data and transforming the data. All right, so that's also correct. Okay, let me gonna tell you guys. Right now, let me gonna tell you. It's actually a very interesting field, guys. Okay, very interesting field, data engineering, which is the foundation for all the technology such as analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, as well as data science. So data engineering is the foundation for all of those roles. Okay, so what is actually data engineering? Let me gonna tell you. See, look at the daily, right? So what is the daily routine for you? You wake up in the morning and you wanted to order a breakfast. You go to the Swiggy or Zomato, you order the breakfast. And the moment you try to interact with an application, that's where the data is getting generated. So whenever you interact with an application, there is a data generated. Right, so there is a data that is stored in the form of a files also, like CSV file, JSON file, Parquet file. So you have a data that is coming from some application, You have a data that is coming in the form of a file format such as CSV, JSON. Some companies stores the data in the form of a databases, right? So you can see MySQL database, SQL Server database, Oracle database, right? So these are the multiple databases. Some companies stores the data in the form of a IoT devices. You have a data that is coming from IoT devices in the form of a sensor devices, in the form of a logs, right? So you have a data that is coming from multiple data sources, guys. I'm calling it as a data sources. So there is a data that is coming from multiple data sources here, such as applications, files, databases, and IoT devices. Sir, so I have a data from these things. Now tell me what we can do with this data. Can we delete this data or can we store the data? If I delete the data, I do not have any data. I don't have to store it. So what if I store the data? What is the advantage? Right? So if you think, so what business manager is saying that, so whenever you try to understand the data or whenever you try to analyze the data, this will give you some kind of a insight. It will give you some kind of a insight, nothing but information. So you have a data that is coming from multiple data sources. If you try to analyze the data, it will give you some kind of a insights, and these are very useful for improving the business. These are very useful for business improvement. Okay, so whenever you try to extract the data from the multiple data sources, if you try to analyze the data, that will give you some kind of a insight, and these insights are very useful for the business improvement. Okay, so this is the whole idea behind the data engineering. Every company, you look at any company, you take any company, they wanted to grow. Growing meaning that they wanted to increase the sales, or they wanted to improve the number of customers, or they wanted to increase the customer behavior. So every business, they wanted to grow. So if they wanted to grow, they have to understand their data. Nowadays every company will have a data field. You take any company, they will be having a huge amount of a data, and if you try to analyze the data, that will give you some kind of an insight, and those are very useful for the business improvement. So this is what is the main idea behind the data engineering. So to do that, what are the steps that we have to follow, sir? If you ask me, the very first step is that if you have a data sources, we have to first extract the data and store the data into one single location. If you wanted to improve the business or analyze the data, the very first step is that we have to extract the data from these multiple data sources and store the data here. So you have to store the data here. So that's what it is. Right? So you have to extract the data from these multiple data sources, and then we have to store the data. So now look at here, guys. So we have the entire data available here. And tell me, can we go for the analysis now? Can you guys confirm, please? Can we go for the analysis now? Why
Yes.
not? Right. So, sir, we cannot directly go for the analysis because this data is coming from the data sources directly, as it is a raw data, sir. It is a raw data. This data, raw data may contain a plenty of the duplicates. It may contain a plenty of the null values. It may have a bad records. It may have a unnecessary information also. So you have extracted the data from the multiple data sources and you have stored it, and that considered as a raw data, because the data may be in a different formats. The data may have a duplicates. The data may have a null values. The data may have a bad records, may have a unnecessary data. So that is the reason what we have to do is that we have to clean the data. Someone was mentioning already. So we have to clean the data, or we have to process the data. So in this particular step, we are going to do the data processing. What is meant by data processing, sir? Data processing is nothing but cleaning the data. adding some kind of a value to the data. Adding some kind of a value to the data. So you process it, you clean it. While you're cleaning it, you remove the duplicates, you handle the null values, you remove the bad records, you will eliminate the unnecessary information, you convert it to a usable format. So once the data is processed properly, you send this data to the data warehousing for the analysis purpose. You send this data to the warehousing tools for the analysis purpose. So this is where in a data warehousing, you are going to use a simple language called SQL for the analysis purpose. You are going to use a simple language called SQL to do the analysis. So whatever the analysis that you have done, you can send it to the BI for the business intelligence purpose. You can send it to ML for machine learning model creation. You can send it to the data science for finding the future trends. You can send it to the business group also for taking the decision directly. Right? So these are our downstream. So whatever you have done, you send the data to the downstream so that BI can create a dashboards or reports. ML can create a ML models. Data scientist will find the future patterns, and the business group will directly utilize this data for the decision making purpose. Okay, so this is what I call it as the data engineering. One more important step is also there, that's called as data governance and monitoring also, where each and every step we have to take care of who is having an access to the data. We have to control the access to the data. We have to make sure that the data is accurate and complete also. That is comes under data governance, right? So this is what is called as a data engineering, guys. What is data engineering? A data engineering is a process of extracting the data from the multiple data sources, storing it, processing it, and analyzing it, also taking care of the data governance and monitoring. Right? If you guys wanted to see a theoretical definition of data engineering, that is what it is here. So data engineering is a process of collecting the data, organizing the data, and preparing the large amounts of the data for the analysis purpose. This is what is called as data engineering. Right? It is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. While you are doing so, we wanted to automate the entire thing. So that's the reason we are going to build the entire infrastructure that allow the data to be captured, stored, and processed and accessed efficiently. Right? So it involves designing and building the systems and infrastructure that allow data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. Right? So this is what is called as data engineering. I hope you guys got some idea about data engineering, because I cannot tell you everything in a single day. But in our upcoming sessions, we will understand how to store the data, where to store the data, what are the best practices that we have to follow to store the data, how to process the data, where to process the data, what are the best practices that we have to follow to process the data, how to, these are all the things that we are going to see as a part of the session in the upcoming sessions, guys. Okay, so that is something that we will see. All right, 1 minute, guys, please. Hey, sorry, guys. So this is what is data engineering. All right, so it is a process of extracting, collecting, organizing, and preparing the large amounts of the data. So as a data engineer, you will be working on collecting the data, right? So as a data engineering, you will be working on data ingestion. You will be working on data storage and management, data processing, data quality and governance, data pipeline creations, performance optimization, monitoring and maintenance. Okay, so as a data engineer on a daily basis, you will be working on these are different activities such as data ingestion, data storage and management, data processing, data quality and governance, data pipeline creation, performance optimization, and monitoring and maintenance. So these are the activities that you will be working as a part of the data engineering job. Okay, so I hope you guys got some idea. Anyone have any questions on data engineering, please? Especially on the data engineering. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me, please. Anyone have any questions? Please unmute yourself. You can talk directly.
Sir, the role of data engineer
Mm-hmm.
will combine all of the, I mean, that which you mentioned, like data ingestion, data storage and management, data
Yes.
processing, everything, right?
Yes.
It will not be only one particular
No, it's not
section.
like that. So, a data engineer life will be like this one. In a one project, you may be working on data ingestion.
Hmm.
In one project, you may work on data processing. It's not that
Mm-hmm.
it's not only one data engineer in the project, right? So multiple data engineers will be there. So one
Hmm.
engineer work on data ingestion, one engineer work on data processing, but you should know
All
all
of
the
this.
methods,
Hmm.
right? Otherwise, it is very hard. So in our upcoming sessions also, we will learn all of these things. Okay, if you
Mm-hmm.
wanted to become a very good data engineer, you should know all of these things. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, please.
sir.
Yes, please.
So what is the difference between data engineer and data analyst?
No, data engineering is like mainly we focus on processing the data, and we focus on data pipeline creation, we focus on data ingestion, these activities. Data analyst will directly focus on analysis part. They create some kind of a BI reports or dashboards. That's totally different. What we do is different. This is what we do. Okay, data analysts, they will create some kind of a analysis reports in the form of a Excel, or maybe Power BI or Tableau or dashboards or reports, right? So they will do such a thing. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. So I hope you guys got some idea now. So let me gonna tell you about Google Cloud Platform and Azure Cloud Platform. Okay. Now tell me guys, what are the cloud platforms that you guys know? What are the cloud platforms that you guys know?
There are three:
AWS,
AWS,
Azure.
Azure, and
Okay.
GCP. And
Okay.
there is
Any
one more,
other?
I think so,
Mhm.
Oracle Cloud, if I'm not wrong.
Oracle is also there. Okay.
Uh, yeah, there's three, I
Alibaba
think. Okay, I'm not sure about Alibaba.
and IBM. So these are
Yeah.
the different cloud platforms are there, are cloud providers are there in the market. Okay, it is like a different brands of chocolates, right? If you go to a supermarket, you find a different brands of chocolates like Dairy Milk or Kit Kat or Milky Bar, or you're right. So you, if you go to a supermarket, however, you find a different varieties of the chocolates, different brands of chocolates. Similarly, here also, the purpose of the chocolate for each brand is same. They wanted to satisfy the customer, like the taste should be sweet, and it should be, you know, uh it should be sweet, and they should be happy when they eat the chocolate. The same thing here also. When you go to the market, cloud market, there are multiple cloud providers available in the market, right? So these are all cloud providers. These are all cloud providers. So cloud providers such as GCP, Azure, AWS, GCP, Azure, AWS, Oracle, Alibaba, as well as IBM. So these are the multiple cloud providers available in the market, everyone. Sir, what are these cloud providers provides us? Can anyone tell me? What are these cloud providers provides us?
The
Uh,
storage
we
to
can,
store the data,
yeah, we can store the data.
Sir, the cloud, in a simple words, I will say the cloud providers provides you the cloud computing
services.
services,
Yeah.
right? So they provide you the cloud computing services. To whom they provide, sir? The cloud computing services are provided to the organizations. Okay, sir, what are these cloud providers do, sir? If you ask me, sir, cloud providers provides us the cloud computing services to the organizations. They provide the cloud providers provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations. So this is what they do. Right, so the cloud computing services are offered by the cloud providers to the different organizations. Sir, what organizations can do now? They can use this cloud computing services to store the data, maybe process the data, analyze the data, or visualize the data, or monitor the pipelines, create the pipelines. Okay, data governance. So all of these activities that they can do without creating any infrastructure. Sir, what are the cloud providers provide you, sir? If you ask me, the cloud providers provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations. So if you are working in the project, you don't have to create any infrastructure. Maybe I'll give you an example. So it doesn't make any sense if I directly tell you, but I'll give you an example. Okay, now example is that assume that you are working for one of the client. There's a one of the client is there. You are working for one of the client. Okay, so the client asked you to store the data, and he given you some 100 terabytes of the data, and he's asking you to store it. Tell me guys, where do you store it? He's asking you to store this 100 terabytes of the data. Tell me, how do you store it without any cloud platform? Assume that you do not have any cloud platform. The client is given you some 100 terabytes of the data, and he's asking you to store it.
We'll
Tell me,
have to
how will you
store
store it?
we'll have to store on on-prem service.
Yes. Okay.
In Hadoop
Hmm.
also.
Okay. Okay, first thing is that if you wanted to store it, first you need the hardware.
Yes.
Okay, so if you do not have a cloud platform, that means you will be working in the on premises. Yes or no? On premises, that means in the on premises you have to purchase all the hardware. Yes or no? Can you guys confirm? Then once you purchase all the hardware, you have to connect the machines and connect and create a server out of it. Connect the machines, because one machine cannot store a huge amount of data. So that's where you are going to create a distributed machines by connecting multiple machines together, right? You connect and create a server out of it, and you have to install the operating system and the libraries also, whatever the libraries that are required. And once you install, you have to take care of the storage, assign the storage to these systems, and you have to configure the backups as well. And also you have to take care of the networking, and you have to take care of the monitoring and maintenance. So there are many things. I'm just giving you some of the details. Like when you are working in the on-premises environment, when you do not have a cloud platform available. So if you guys wanted to store some 100 terabytes of the data, you need to first purchase the hardware, create a machines out of it, install all the operating system, assign the storage, backups, networking, monitoring and maintenance, all of these things. Once everything is ready as per the standard, then we can go ahead and store this 100 terabytes of the data, isn't it? Then only we can go ahead and store this 100 terabytes of the data. Do you guys agree or not? Then we can able to store this 100 terabytes of the data, guys. Otherwise you cannot be able to store it. So this is the process, guys, that we have to follow when you do not have a cloud platform. Tell me, how much time this will take? Tell me guys, how much time this will take?
It depends organization to organization. It may take weeks, months, or
Right,
sometimes many months.
right. So it will take a lot of time, can I say? Lot
Yeah,
of time.
it's time consuming.
Time consuming, lot of money also. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Lot of effort as well. We have to put a lot of effort, because it's not one person activity, it's multiple people has to work, multiple teams has to work collaboratively to create all of these things. So this is going to take a lot of time, lot of effort, lot of money. So that is the reason most of the companies from last few decades that were facing a lot of challenges with these method, with the on-premises culture or traditional. This is called as a traditional culture. When you're working in the traditional culture, you spend a lot of time, lot of money, lot of effort for building this entire infrastructure. So that's where the most of the companies were looking for an alternative solution. That is where what came into the picture, guys. What came into the picture?
Cloud.
Cloud
Cloud
platforms came
providers.
into the picture, right? So if I wanted to store the data with help of for the same requirement, the requirement is same, sir. My requirement is same. I wanted to store the same data, sir. If I wanted to store the same data, what I have to do in the cloud? Tell me. We have to find a suitable service, sir. We have to create an account. We have to create a cloud account first thing, right? Then we have to find a suitable service, find a suitable service for storing the data. Then directly we can store the data. Tell me how much time this will take. Comparatively, how much time this will take? Less or more?
It will take less.
Less.
As soon as we got approval, we can use
Right?
in few minutes.
Exactly, right? So that's the idea behind it, guys. So that's the reason most of the companies switching from on premises to the cloud, because of this reason only, because you don't have to build any infrastructure, because the infrastructure who will be taking care here? The
Cloud provider.
infrastructure here taken care by the cloud providers, because they are providing you the cloud computing services, right? So they are providing you the cloud computing services, and these services are very useful for us to store the data. We don't have to create anything. We just have to go to the a simple service. We have to, with simple resource, we have to create it. Hardly takes 1 or 2 minutes, and then store the data, then dump the data. Not only storing, you can also go for processing and analyzing, visualizing, monitoring, maintenance, all of the activities. You name it, as a data engineer, you can do it with help of these cloud computing services. So that's the reason. So the cloud providers are becoming very, very demanding nowadays, because what they do is that they are going to provide you the cloud computing services. Are these are very useful for the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud platforms, right? So while you're building it, you can store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, all of these things that you can take care of it, all of these things that we can take care of it, guys. So this is the advantage. So when you go to the on premises, you spend a lot of time building all of these things, but when you go to the cloud platforms, you eliminate a lot of activities. So that's such a kind of a cloud platform, sir, if you ask me. So that is nothing but your GCP as well as Azure. We are mainly focusing on in these particular sessions. So in these particular sessions, we are mainly focusing on GCP as well as Azure. What are these, sir? GCP and Azure, guys. You can see. Sir, GCP and Azure are the cloud providers. What is the definition here? If you ask me, the definition goes like this. Sir, GCP and Azure are the cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations to store the data, process the data. Instead of saying that, to create an application, deploy the application, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. These services are auto scalable. These services are trustworthy, and these services are flexible, easy to use, easy to operate, right? So such a kind of a cloud platforms that we are mainly focusing on GCP and Azure, because for data engineering, GCP and Azure have a plenty of opportunities. I'm telling you, very, very huge amount of opportunities. GCP will have a opportunities, but very less what we call it as a competition, right? When you go for Azure, you have a competition, but for GCP, less competition. Getting the chances of job as a very high. You can easily get the job in the GCP data engineering, because the competition is very less. Very less people know about GCP data engineering. There's a huge amount of opportunities, but very less manpower. The competition is very less. You can easily get the job. Azure also very good in demand, but opportunities are there. Huge amount of opportunities are there, but little bit of competition will also be there. So we are mainly focusing on GCP and Azure, guys. We are going to do all the data engineering activities, starting from ingesting the data, storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, pipeline creation, data governance, end-to-end pipelines, projects, everything we are going to do in the GCP and Azure, guys. So this is a high level idea of what is GCP, what is Azure. You can also see the definition, and it goes the same thing what I have just told you. Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services offered by Google that offers a range of products and solutions for the organizations to build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. And these services are trustworthy, reliable, secure, scalable infrastructure. Even Google Azure also same thing. Azure Cloud Platform is a Microsoft cloud computing services offering you the infrastructure as a service, software as a service to help the organizations to build, deploy, and manage the applications and services in the cloud. The definition goes same thing, no changes. Right, sir. So that's all. Any questions on GCP or Azure? Anyone have any questions on GCP or Azure here?
Yes, sir. Which cloud is easy to understand for freshers or beginners from GCP or Azure?
I would suggest should not, because when you go to the cloud, all the cloud platforms are same. Okay, as GCP is new, the interface for the GCP is very easy to understand. But when you go for AWS, Azure, the interface is little bit clumsy. Okay, when you're looking at for the first time, the interface is a little bit clumsy. But GCP is as it is new, and the interface is very simple and easy to understand. But all the cloud platforms are important. GCP and Azure is very important for you to get the job. So instead of focusing on the learning which is easy, I would suggest you to focus on where the competition is less. The competition is less on the GCP and Azure. You can focus on opportunities there. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions, guys? Anyone?
Uh, Hi there. I
Yes.
have question regarding the Python. I hear like Python is required for GCP and Azure. So how much type of knowledge we require, like beginner level, or we need to do the expertise in Python and then only we can get the job?
Don't worry about it. I'm going to cover the Python from very basics to the advanced. So don't worry about those things. I'm going to cover it, guys, in the sessions. So we are going to have a Python sessions from basic to the advanced. I'm going to teach it. What level of Python is required? How do you write the code? I'm going to showcase how you can improve your logics also. Okay. And but I'll say when it comes to the coding for SQL and Python, your medium level of knowledge is required, not large. Most of the days nowadays, we don't have to worry about coding also. You need to have your basics strong. Then nowadays coding tools are available. Chat GPT, AI, Gemini, plenty of the tools. Okay. So that's how we can easily, even for example, today also I am working on one of the project where we had to convert the stored procedure from Snowflake to the Databricks SQL. I don't have to, because it was more than 200 lines of code. Usually, if writing a 200 lines of code is going to be troublemaking. But the thing is that nowadays you don't have to do it. You can directly give it to the chat GPT. Chat GPT will convert it for you. But you know where and how you have to track it. So the knowledge is important. If you know the knowledge and if you think that this will work, you can use the chat GPT to improve your productivity. Nowadays, no one is actually full-fledgedly creating the code from scratch. Everyone is using the chat GPT. You are in a very good hands now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, but while doing the clearing the interview, that
Hmm.
time the structure is like they are asking the to do the
Yes.
code.
Right. So there will be one SQL code will be there, one Python code they will ask you, and they're not expecting. For example, even you ask me in Accenture, I have taken more than 150 interviews. In the current company of Contech, also almost more than 90 interviews I have taken. I don't ask my candidate to write the entire code perfectly, but I want what he is thinking in his brain. What is the thought process when I give a question to him? How do he is thinking and what is the thought process and how he can able to solve? That's what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm not looking at what is the syntax that he is going to write. Syntax can be written by any AI tool, but I want what he is thinking, what logic he is going to be implementing with the code. So those things are important. You don't have to write the entire code, but if your basics are strong, you should write a high level code. That is more than enough. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Any
And
other questions, guys?
And sir, how much Python knowledge is required for data engineering? Like, is there any libraries or modules like NumPy, Pandas, or
Not
Matplotlib?
required, not required. Pandas, yes, I'll be covering. Okay. So the level of knowledge. So first thing is that I'm going to tell you the course curriculum, guys, so that it is easy for you. So in a GCP, these are the topics that we are going to cover. In GCP, these are the topics that we are going to cover. You can see the cloud basics will be same for GCP and AWS. The programmings are same, and here Bigtable is not there, Terraform is not there. So these things are not there for you guys. Not for you. It's they are not using in the companies. Okay, yes. So these are the services, and when it comes to these are GCP services. Similarly, let me gonna put it for Azure also here. Azure also you will have again cloud basics. I'm not writing here. You can think of like that. Azure services I'm putting out here. Azure. Again, the cloud basics, all of those things will come, but I'm directly going to the ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage System, and Azure SQL DB, Azure ADF, Azure Databricks. Okay. So this is all. And this is Databricks is not here, and it is here. So these are the Azure services. These are GCP services, guys. So this is a course curriculum. And if you ask me, end-to-end projects will be there. I'm just removing it. There are plenty of end-to-end projects that we will be covering. Okay, leave it like that. There is a one area of end-to-end incremental pipeline in the Databricks. End-to-end project is also there. I'm not writing it, but that's also there. Just wanted to let you know. This is our entire course curriculum, but look at here. What is the main intention of me putting here? If you that, so you see, we are starting with the cloud basics, guys. Cloud overview, GCP introduction, GCP interfaces, locations, IAM and admin. These topics are same in the Azure also. And Linux basics, basic Linux components, Python for data engineers. This is something that most of the people are asking. What level of knowledge that's required? I'm going to cover it. PySpark, Apache Beam. PySpark and Pandas both are same. Apache Beam is also one more framework. Google Cloud Storage, Cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, Dataflow, Airflow, PubSub, Cloud Functions.
Hi, hi, sir.
ADLS, SQL DB, ADF, and Databricks. Yes, please.
I have one question. When we talk about this ETL data pipeline, so it will be more based on only like tool specific things, or will be like custom depending on custom code written in languages like Python or
It
SQL.
depends. Okay, if you go to ADF, it is more of a tool specific.
Yeah,
Okay,
that I
the,
know. Yeah,
yeah, ADF, Azure
that is
Data
kind of
Pipeline,
ADF is
UI, graphical
where
user.
we are running the ingestion jobs and other things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Databricks, you go, it is more of a code specific. So it depends on that particular tool. Yeah.
So in this course, like what we are going to be learn
We are
more
covering
about, like.
all. We are covering all. So you should not focus on one area to become a good data engineer. Okay.
Yeah.
We should know all of these things. Whatever I have mentioned here, we are going to cover everything from basic to advanced.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Right. So for those people who are having already a SQL knowledge, it is very easy for you to become a GCP data engineer or Azure data engineer. And as a SQL developer, as a SQL admin, you will maybe getting for 5 years, 6 years also, your package may be around 10 LPA only. I'm telling you, you can easily go and make your package to the twice or thrice also. If you ask me, yesterday only one of the guy actually called me yesterday. Okay, I'm not lying it, I'm telling you guys. I can even bring that guy also to the phone. So that guy actually, I don't know, out of the blue he actually called me, and he told me, sir, I have 7 offer letters, tell me where I have to join. That guy, even when last month, last 3 to 4 months back, even when I go for opportunities, I only got 5 offer letters. Okay, that guy actually got 7 offer letters. And if you ask me what are the companies, you even shock. I myself shocked because he is able to crack all the
Uh,
MNC companies.
yeah, Sheikh, I have one more question. He's got
Okay.
the seven offer letters, right?
Yes.
He's a fresher, or maybe how much of the
No,
experience
he
you
is
have put it?
having,
You know,
yes.
how much of the experience you have put it in resume?
I'll tell you.
Maybe.
Yes,
Okay,
I'll tell
okay,
you.
okay.
Okay. So his years of experience is maybe why, yeah. Yeah. His years of experience is somewhere around 5, no, 6, or I don't know exactly. He mentioned 5 plus. I remember somewhere around 5, not less than. Why my this is not working properly? Yeah, 5 plus. And always I suggest for every of my course, for all the candidate, I always suggest put maximum 3 years.
Yeah.
Last 3 years on the GCP. I will not ask you to put 5 years total, maximum 3. For those people who have 3 years of experience only, the okay, I have some small image here which I always showcases to my students. So this is the thing that I always mention to my students, that whenever they are going for opportunities. Why my interface is very slow today? I don't know. It's kind of very slow. Okay, you can see here. This is what is the thing. So if you have 4 years or 5 years of experience, so this is the the years of experience that I ask you to put. Like for example, if you have 5 years, last 2 years or 3 years only you put it. 7 years, last 2.5. 9 years, 2.5. So that guy actually put 5 plus years of experience. Somewhere around he put 2.5 or 3. I don't know, right? So he might have mentioned last 2 years or 3 years on the GCP, and he applied for all the companies. He got the calls from GCP. Then he applied for GCP data engineering. He got the calls from almost all the companies, and the only thing he told me that, sir, the offer, the current package that he has is 12.5, and his package is now he got 7 offer letters: 28, 31, 33, 32, or 33, somewhere around. Maximum is 33. I remember maximum is 33, but all are around 28 to 33 in between. So that's how from 12 LPA to 28 33, because it is only happened because of multiple offer letters. If you try for multiple offer letters, you will get it. The package will be increased like anything. And he asked me which company is better, sir. He got LTI Mindtree, he got Cognizant, LTI Mindtree, Cognizant, and Deloitte. There's one company called Deloitte, Accenture also. So these are the multiple companies. I don't remember some of the companies. Those are startup companies, I guess. So that's how you have to put experience like this one, guys. If you have fresher, you say that in your resume, you attend my course and say that, hey, I have completed one of the course called GCP. You perform the interview, same thing. If you are a 2 years of experience, last 1 year on the GCP. 3 years of experience, last 1.5 years of experience on the GCP, last 2 years. So that's how you prepare your resume. Go for the interview, crack the interviews. I'm telling you, I'm going to cover everything: projects, case studies, use cases, everything I'm going to cover here. More than 800 to 900 people I have personally helped to crack them interview. Every day if I just open my LinkedIn, I'll get someone saying that, sir, I have got an offer letter. Yes, we will be covering the performance optimization as well. You don't need Snowflake, guys. We are not focusing on Snowflake. It is more of a GCP plus Azure data engineering. You stick to it. I'm telling you, next 10 years, 15 years, no one has to worry about it. Your future is available for next 15 to 20 years in cloud platforms. That's for sure. And data engineering will be there for all the things. What about Azure also? The same thing. If you are wanted to go for Azure, you put the just replace the GCP with Azure. If you wanted to put both also, what you have to do, one year of project on GCP, 1 year of project on AWS, sorry, Azure. 1.5 year on GCP, 1.5 on the Azure. So that's how also you can manage. All right. Yes. And some people
No,
is
no, no.
asking,
Sheikh,
yes,
one
please.
more question, Sheikh.
Mhm.
How much of the time I have to spend regarding this GCP
Very good.
timing?
Very good. I'll tell you. So when it comes to the course, we all know that it is a multi-cloud data engineering course. I'll just tell you guys all the details here. Multi-cloud data engineering course, DE course, where majorly we are focusing on GCP plus Azure. Okay, so this is our course name. And the duration of the course, many people are asking, so that's the reason I'm mentioning. Duration will go 3.5 months, where first 2 months will be on the GCP, next one right? 1.5 month on GCP, 1.5 month on Azure, and rest of the month on programming languages. Okay, yes. And duration is covered. Timings every day at the same time, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, no sessions. Saturday, Sunday is for the assignments. I'll be providing you the assignments. Okay, and one more thing, did I miss anything? Daily 1 hour. Yes, daily 1 hour will be there. 1 hour is for live session, and for those after 1 hour, I highly suggest you to put 20 to 30 minutes for the practice on a daily basis, right? So after live session is completed, you go ahead, put some effort after your session. Before to the next session, you put 20 to 30 minutes for the practice on a daily basis. Telling you guys, this will give you the results like anything. After 3.5 months, you will be ready for interview if you follow this trend. 1 hour for the live session, 20 to 30 minutes for the practice. After that 3.5 months, you're directly ready for the interview. I'm telling you, many people already got the offer from this particular course, more than 800. I'm gonna say confidently that if there are 1,000 data engineers, 1,000 GCP data engineers are available in the India, out of 1,000, more than 600 GCP data engineers are my students only. I can confidently say that. Okay, so that's how it is.
Yes, hi Sheikh. Sorry
Yes,
for
please.
interrupting.
No
I have
problem.
like a few questions here. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my background is like a two different. I have like
Mm-hmm.
around 3.8 years of experience into the IT industry.
Mm-hmm.
Started as like a .NET technical support engineer, followed by the Python technical support engineer.
Okay.
Worked a bit on like DBA also on SSMS,
Mm-hmm.
and around like 6 months of experience on ML project actually for
Okay.
building the ML models.
Okay.
But I am not like expertise into any of the fields as I haven't got that much of opportunities or the experience in any of the fields actually.
Okay.
So I from now onwards I thought to expert in one of the technologies and start my career from now onwards.
Okay.
I'm holding a package of 13.5 currently.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is it fine for me to enroll into
Of
these things
course,
and I can able
of
to?
course, of course. If you wanted to double your package, I'm telling you for sure. 13.5 is less for your pack for your experience. I'm telling you, you can easily double it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
easily around 20, you can
And
easily
for
go. Yep.
yeah, for 4 years we can expect 20 in the market for the GCP engineers.
Of course, of course. But the only thing is that you cannot just stay with one offer letter. 13.5 will give you 18 LPA. Okay,
Yes,
you can
yes,
put
yes.
the 18, and then if you get second offer, your package is 20 plus. Okay, so that's how you have to manage. All right. Yes.
And yeah, hi sir.
Understood.
What is
But
the
one more thing is
fee
like,
structure?
yeah,
Yeah, for the fee, guys, right? Our management team will help you on the fee structure, because I am not sure how they are managing it, how many things that they are managing it. So please connect with the management team, or they will actually connect with you. So you see already the phone numbers, right? So the management team phone numbers, you have a fill sheet also, right? So fill in the sheet and try to fill the attendance form. They will they'll try to call you or message you, so that you can always inquire about all the details, right? They will help you with all the details. Some people, if you guys, they are going to help you with interviews, they are going to help you with all the recordings, they are going to help you with a lot of things, I will say. Okay, yep. Yes, please.
and yeah, I have clearly said 3.8 years. So how many
Yes,
years can I put into the GCP?
I suggest you put 1.5 to 2 years on the GCP. If you are planning to Azure also, you can put 1 year. Okay, but if
Okay,
you are
okay, around
planning
like
to only one cloud, I suggest you to put as a GCP 2 years.
GCP 2 years. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And we are going to cover that particular, nowadays they are asking for the fabric, right?
Microsoft Fabric is not important at all, but if you're planning to
Okay.
put a one cloud GCP 2 years, you're planning to put 1.5 there, 1.5 there, then that also manages. Fabric is not important.
Okay,
Okay.
understood.
Yeah. The ADF
And the
and the
things that we are
database is
going,
more important.
okay, and the things that we are going to cover in the GCP is like the entire curriculum, right?
Of course,
Entire
yes.
GCP part were curriculum. Okay,
Yes.
understood. Yeah, thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
clarification, actually. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Any other question, guys? Anyone?
Sheikh, regarding this, we have any other session? Only these
Oh, the
sessions.
timings are the same timings as no other session. So this is the same thing. If you guys, sometimes if it is not available, recordings also shared daily. Okay. Sometimes if you guys miss it, but this is our only sessions. This is the only timing that we have, where we are going to have 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., which is most of the people are available, right? It is before dinner time for most of the people, and I'll be for sure uh, completing 9 p.m. 9:15 by 9:10 9:15 I'll be covering. Yes. Daily recordings will be shared. Any other question, guys? Anyone? So, sir, can we get more information about your experience? Oh, okay. My experience is that I have around 9+ years of experience. I told you already at the beginning of the session already, right? So I think you might have missed it. Okay, here it is. Anyone have any other question, guys? You can put 3 years on Azure also. That's not a problem at all. But I highly suggest always, whenever you are learning the course and you are going for an interview, right? So I, to be on the safer side, to crack the interview easily, put 2 years only. If it is GCP, 2 years, 1 year Azure, or 2 years on the Azure, 1 year on the GCP. That's how you manage it. It's easy for you to crack it, right? Yeah. We will be having hands-on labs. We will be having all the things in practicals on the GCP account only, guys. Our GCP looks like this one. Our Google Cloud Platform account looks like this one. We are going to practice everything on the Google Cloud Platform itself. So this is how we will be having a free trial account. So you see, I'm using the free trial only. So they will be giving you the $300 for 90 days. So you can create. I'm going to tell you how to create that free tier account. You can use the same thing. Okay. Yep. Any other questions, anyone? Yes, we will be covering both, guys, GCP plus Azure. The main cloud will be on the GCP, guys, because there are many opportunities for GCP and less competition. I want you guys to get the job, and that's the main focus. I'll be mainly focusing on GCP because less competition, more number of more weightage to get the job.